Hey there, today we will be rolling for our shades. First, we will roll a d6 to see how many shades we'll be using in today's look. We got 6. We will roll to find out which palette, and after each palette, what shade within that palette. The palettes are in order from when I bought them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I roll a 6, then we null the shade. So the first one is 4. Palette number 4 is the Expedition to the M81 Galaxy by M81 Cosmetics. And it is a 9 shade palette. So we will roll a d10. And we got shade 3. The next palette is 1, which is the Little Ghost by Odin's Eye and Angelica. And there are 16 shades in here, so we'll roll a d20. And we got a 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We roll a d6 again, and that gives us a 6, which means we null that shade. We roll again, and that gives us a 2, which is the Odin's Eye and Angelica Trick or Treat palette, which has 16 shades. So we will roll a d20. That gave us a 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And we roll again, which will give us a 5, which is the Titanium Foxes Crying by the Horses palette. And there are 18 shades, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Just kidding. There are 15 shades, so we will roll a d20. All right, and oops, we got a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is our 3rd metallic shade. And we roll a d6 again to see the final palette. The final palette is the Expedition to the M81 Galaxy by M81 Cosmetics. And we will roll a d10 again for that one. Excuse me, Chance Kitty. Chance Kitty claims this palette as his before we roll. And we got a 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be my final shade for this look. So I am excited to see what I end up doing with these. So I figured I'd voice over since this is the first time I'm trying to record doing a look, but I actually am not really sure what it would be helpful for me to say here. So I guess I'll let you know my thought process. At first, I started mapping out a star in the gold metallic shade that I rolled because that felt like a good place to start. As you can probably see already, this is taking forever, and I'm not really sure why, because this is a great shade, and normally I can layer up the shade much more quickly. So I'm thinking I must have been a little nervous. I promise the shade usually performs way better than this. And right about here, I realized that the green is actually way darker than the yellow. So I decided to layer the green over the yellow to make the base of the star the green instead of yellow. I do this for a little bit. When I am happy with where the green is, I go back in with the yellow to blend out the green and the yellow to make a sort of gradient. Right around this point, I gave up on trying to keep my head still and realized more of my face is probably going to be in here than I would prefer, but it's still a small portion of my face, so it should be okay. And now I'm just repeating the same process on the lower lash line with the yellow to make a yellow to green gradient. And now I'm popping the pink in. This is a great baby pink shade, but it is a very light shade. And because I don't have a white base to layer it over, it does take a little bit of building to show. This would be beautiful over a white base. Next, I reached for the blue and started dotting it on the outside. At this point, I wasn't really sure how I was going to blend it, but as you can see, I end up really loving how the blue and the pink layer together and make almost like a pretty lighter purpley shade. Hold on, you'll see. Okay, so now you can see it's nice and blended. On the inner corner we have that nice light baby pink, and it goes into that pretty lighter purple color and then into that rich blue. I'm just going back now and I realized I still had the black shimmer shade to use, so I'm deepening out the outer corner, but the inner part of the star, because I felt like this would be the best place to place that shade. Now is time for just the last minute finishing touches. So I'm taking the Kaleidos Epiphany Melt On Eyeliner and putting that in my waterline. The shade I'm using is Jackpot Jinx. And the last finishing touch before I'm done is just putting on a little bit of mascara. This is one that I would probably want to use one of the false lashes for, but I'm waiting for those to arrive in the mail, and this mascara works wonders in the meantime. And this is the final look. Let me know what you think. And if you have any constructive feedback on how to make this type of video more fun to watch, let me know. I know there's a lot of room to improve. Thanks. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back next week with another one of these. Bye.